Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on this incredible evening for us here in the NA, maybe a morning time for those in the EU. I am Flourish here today on behalf of L7 to commentate the Oakshaft Owls versus the Knockturn Ravens. Welcome on in, everyone. We are here for an exciting time. And I am joined today by a very special guest, one of the greatest chasers that this game has ever seen. He has been known to terrorize all the keepers in all the lands of Quidditch. Here with me today, Dake Blueby. Dake, what's up, brother?
Hello, everybody. How are you doing, Flourish?
I'm doing marvelous. It's good to have you here. For those that don't know, Dake Blueby, he is one of the premier chasers on the Azkabangers. And we have had quite a few battles with each other, Dake. So I'm very excited to now share the booth with you. I'm very familiar with your game, and we're glad to be here talking to you about the game we're about to watch, because we have a lot of chaser talk with these two teams, I think, Dake. The Oakshaft Owls and the Knockturn Ravens. So before we get into it, there are a few things that L7 would like to remind us of, would like to remind the viewers about. And so again, L7 would like to remind y'all that there's a $500 pool prize shared by the Newts World Cup winner. Dake and I are in two separate teams fighting for that $500 pool prize. A $300 pool prize for the top team in the Tri-Wizard division, which the Nocturne Ravens here are actually fighting for that spot, and a $200 pool prize for the top scoring Tri-Wizard team. And again, there is a merch shop dropping. Yes, chat, you heard it here first. A merch shop drop starting October 5th for L7. So be sure, if you want to make sure your logo is in that shop, you're either your favorite team's logo or just the team that you are on, make sure that your captain opens the ticket in L7, tags Riley in it, and allows permission to said logo. So anyways, Dake, let's get into it. Two rosters here on the Tri-Wizard division. Let's start with the Oakshaft Owls. They are captained by Olympus Mew, who I believe we see on Seeker a decent bit, sometimes on Keeper though. Tantrum Mix FM, Fabricio, I believe. Dark Shadow Fox 91, our previous L7 president, Faster Eddie, shout out to Eddie. Stormy Weather, Chemical, Pathology, and I know one of your favorites, Dake. It's Sarah. Break down this roster to me. What do you like? What do you want? What are you hoping to see? Let's hear it, Dake.
So immediately I notice Faster Eddie, Sarah, and Podology. I've chased against them all before. I know that they're all great chasers. I'm not sure if they're all playing those positions today, but if they are, that's a great chaser lineup for that team. Stormy Weather, Chemical, both great beaters. Played against them multiple times. I think whatever competition they bring to the field, it will be, a good one today. FM, Tantrum, I haven't played against them much. FM I know is a great chaser. Played against FM a lot. His movement's great. His scoring is great. So there's going to be some good competition there. Overall, I think the Oakshaft Owls are looking really good today, Fly.
I think so too. And listen, I like the game of FM. That's a player that I've always enjoyed watching. He always just kind of shows up out of nowhere, and sometimes he pops off. So who knows if he'll be in the mix tonight. But they'll be taking on the Knockturn Ravens, who is captained by our very own Riley, who is producing this stream. Shout out to Riley. Can we get some W Rileys in the chat? She's also helping work on the merch shop. So yes, W Rileys in the chat. We have the roster of Time Twister, aka Drew. Drew's also one of our producers here at L7, so W Drew as well. Kirigami, P-Watt, Malacosis, A Telemarketer, Decos, Chaos Creature 29, It's Luna, and Hawkeye. Definitely some names here. Dake, one thing that I want to say real quick before I let you break down this roster is some of these names we're familiar with. In fact, one of these names is a previous teammate of yours in Malacosis. And some of these names, like Kirigami, Hawkeye, etc., we have seen chess really entering into Quidditch gameplay, not just L7, but just Quidditch itself. And they've already been making their mark, especially here on a team like Knockturn Raven. So, what do you like about this roster, Dake? Break it down for me.
So immediately I notice the keeper. It's Luna. I've gone up against her a lot in Q6 recently, and she is, a lot of the time a brick wall. And I feel like a lot of Triwizard chasers might struggle against her. So it'll be interesting to see how Oakshaft Owls fare against her today. Malakosis, obviously being one of my previous teammates, the GOAT. Um, he's a great keeper, also a great defensive chaser. So I'm very interested to see what they're going to do with him. Can't forget to mention P-Watt. P-Watt's been putting in the work on keeper, and it's been getting harder and harder to score against him. I remember going up against him in 3v3 and cooking him, and now it's getting harder. So good on P-Watt, and it's interesting to see how he'll perform today. As far as
Absolutely.
chasers go, telemarketer, Hawkeye, Kirigami. I've worked with Hawkeye and Kirigami. I've helped them just a little bit on their scoring, so it'll I'm intrigued to see how they'll score today. But yeah,
Absolutely.
I think the Ravens are looking really, really good. It's going to be an awesome matchup.
Yeah, I think they are too. And one thing I do want to mention is the Ravens will be utilizing the services of free agency, and they will be utilizing Pumpkin Snatch, who is a previous Raven. So they do have familiarity with them. So that is not the worst free agent in the world that they could grab for themselves. Obviously, not having your defined set of players is always not ideal, but Pumpkin Snatch does have familiarity with this system. So that'll be good to see how that goes. We do see these two teams selecting. So hopefully here momentarily we'll get into a match to show you, ladies and gentlemen. One thing I want to mention is I've also been working with DCAS94 on his beater, and his tackles have been getting there. I really like both these teams. I think that we're going to have a really tough matchup. As you said, Luna has been going against chasers in other Quidditch formats and chasers of like your caliber, Shoni and whatnot, and she has really improved. We have seen the Ravens just be a team that really worked to improve. And now, on the other hand, though, the Oakshaft Owls, they are no scrubs. They are veterans. They have been around. These names have been playing for more than one season. In fact, I believe Stormy Weather is the only name on this roster that is a new season 3 roster. Dark Shadow Fox has experience. Dark Shadow Fox has had some great moments. If I remember correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong, someone, but was a half giant on season 1 and even had success against the original Thin Ice on Seeker. So, you know, and we know they as much as you're a chaser and I was once a chaser, I switched over beaters for this reason. The Seeker game is always just so crucial. And so you have Dark Shadow Fox on the Oakshaft Owls. You have a lot of firepower to overcome, even with these great chasers on the Ravens.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, the Owls have been around. I think they've been around since season 1, if I'm correct.
Yes, there is the Oakshaft Owls and Nimbus Nighthawks were two teams that have been around since season 1. Yes.
So obviously, we can't undersell the Owls. They're veterans. They've been around. They know what they're doing. But also, we can't undersell the amount of work that Riley's been putting into the Ravens. I mean, they've been practicing. They have set practices every day, or not every day, but every week. And you can really just tell by the way they're performing in Q6 that they're getting better and they're learning. And so I'm really excited to see how they fare against a veteran team like the Owls today.
Absolutely. As we see here, they are still working on selecting. So hopefully we do get in a match here very shortly. Now, as we do wait, let's talk about you a little bit, Dake. Now, you are a chaser on the Bangers that have so far have been having a very successful first half of the season. You and I will be facing each other sometime in the next 7 days. So I'm very excited for that. How has it been like the experience? Yesterday we had Dingy on with us, and you have shared 2 teams with Dingy, but much like Dingy, you have had a new team each and every season, a new experience. How has it been like with the Bangers? I mean, obviously y'all have firepower all over that roster.
Aska Bangers has been awesome so far. I love every single person on that team. We all just kind of click. We've been doing a lot of practicing with each other recently, so we're really getting our team formula down and just our team synergy. And we've been working with each other a lot to make sure that we can take on great teams like yours, Fly. Um, so we're very eager, very excited to play against you guys, and um, yeah, we just we're gonna let the best man win and see how it goes.
Absolutely, it will be a battle, and now that this is double round robin seasons, we'll have multiple battles, I'm sure, as we go in here to the first match,
Let's
which
go,
looks like it
Bobatons.
will be in Bobatons. Yes, so excuse me, as long as this is not a banned map, we will be off and running. So on the side of the Oakshaft House, we do see Dark Shadow Fox on Seeker, Olympus Mew on Keeper. I saw Sarah, Fabricio, Mary, and Potology on Chaser. On the other hand, the Ravens. I know I saw Stormy Weather, Pumpkin Snatch, Hawkeye, and hopefully I'll get the rest of the
Here we
Malacosis,
are.
Decast,
Kickoff.
Luna. So we will be off, and the quaffle in the hands right now of the Ravens, although kicked out and now but taken back.
Malacosis
But
approaching the
Olympus
goal,
Mew,
saved by Olympus. Wow, what a save!
yeah, huge save. He kicks it on out, picked up by one of the Ravens. Hawkeye has the ball in his hands, and he's looking for his possibility against Olympus, and he'll be going for the left hoop. Chest misses Dake.
Just missed.
He Watt with the grab, though. He has a possibility of reverse. He's turning around, though. He takes a dodge, and he had the
Oh,
left hoop,
just hits
decided
the
to go
rim.
for the rights. It just missed the Dake. But so far, Dake, we see a lot of pressure put on this side by the Knockturn Raven Chasers.
100%. Yeah, the Ravens seem to have possession of the ball here most. It seems like let's see who has possession here. I believe the Ravens still have possession here. It's
Right? Yes, P-Watt has the quaffle as he makes his way downfield. Dark Shadow Fox, though, eliminated by DCAS94 as Malacosis gets a score in on the one-timer. 10-0 in favor of the Ravens. 5 minutes, 40 seconds remains. I mean, Dake, this is a tough situation, especially if you are a chaser. Oh, they are bloody helling, though. So it looks like they had a DC and other people join. But what a
oh yeah.
start so far, Dave. We got a little bit of sneak peek there. One of the Seekers goes down. Dark Shadow went down. We had a huge one-timer there by Malacosis. It seems like the Ravens already starting out really scrappy.
Yeah. It seemed like the Ravens had a lead there, though. Am I reading that wrong, or
They had a 10-0 lead before
10-0
the Bloody
lead?
Hell, correct.
And the snitch lead as well, right?
Yes, DCAS got an elimination on Dark Shadow.
Yeah. Yep. So the Ravens were starting out really strong there. It's a shame the bloody hell happened, but uh, we'll see how this restart affects the Owls and the kind of state that the Owls are in after that type of reset. Um, but yeah, I think this is still going to be a great matchup.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, the restarts always, especially when you're starting off so well, it can always be a little bit deflating as the other team kind of gets to be able to sit there and say, okay, let's not start like that again. Let's lock in here a
Mhm.
little bit. So everyone's going to get kind of grounded here, get a little bit of feeling going on. Um, Shout out to DCAS. It was not easy to take down, especially a seeker of the caliber of Dark Shadow Fox. That's a little unfortunate. But that is the situation as these two teams are trying to get back into the lobby. Dake, as we see here in the chat, everyone is gambling their core shards. Are you a gambler of the core shards, Dake, and are you feeling lucky?
I'm feeling pretty lucky. I'm a gambler, if I will say so myself.
I say let's see it. Chat, what do we think? Is Dake winning it all or losing it all? Let's see it, Dake.
Hold on.
In the L7
I have
chat.
to open up my phone for this. Sorry. Mm, Let's go to Twitch.
I see some old legends in the building here to represent some of their previous teammates. I see Oscos in the building. Jova is the building, aka Subtle Bubble, my goat. We got Warbeard in the building. He was helping me, was reminding me about the half giant roster. Was goody. Drewby in the
Fly,
building,
you're
my
gonna have to
goat.
guide me through this. How do I gamble all my chips?
All
How do
right,
I do
you
it?
will do exclamation point gamble and then space and then all.
Gamble and space, then all. There we go.
Date went and gambled all, and you doubled it. Let's go.
Let's go.
My
Beginner's luck.
goat. Yes, sir. He is commentator blessed today, chat. That's all we need to know. I've always got to find out if my co-commentators are commentator blessed or commentators cursed. So far, Yukio, commentator cursed. Terrible. Dingy, commentator blessed.
Daki, commentator blessed. Let's go, baby.
Commentator blessed. Let's go.
You saw it here
That's what we'd
first,
like to
ladies and
see.
gentlemen.
Groovy was kind of, I think she got commentator cursed, not gonna lie on that. She had great
Groovy-
comms, made a great comm, and then the person she was calming about so well made a mistake, and then it just all went downhill from there.
Just trying to see, Fly, if I can get a better POV here, because this one's just a bit choppy, so it's hard to commentate over.
Understandable, understandable. Right now they're just working on getting their squads together,
Gotcha.
as far as from what I can tell. A little bit. Listen, I'm going to, over the break, I'm going to try to look into systems for L7 to help with the stream quality, chat. We're gonna work on it. No worries. I'm on the case. This is L7. It's the Slideshow Appreciation Society. Listen, a picture's worth 1,000 words, and as long as I'm commentating, I will give you 1,000 words per picture. So bear with me. Slideshow 7. Just like you see with the desyncs. I know we can't have nothing nice.
Nope. Absolutely nothing.
This is all a psychological experiment, chat. When the simulation is over and we're allowed out of the cube that we're all stuck in together, and we'll see the study results of our community, it'll be a interesting day. Oh, Groovy gambled the ball and lost the ball. Warbeard has no shards to gamble.
Oh, no, Warbeard.
Oh, man. Well, looking here how the Triwizard is shaping up so far, Dake. I'm pulling it up right now. The Knockturn Ravens right now 2-1 for their season, at least in the most updated schedule, while the Oakshaft Owls are also 2-1. And they are pretty much in the driver's seat, along with the wildcard Hagrids here, to take over the division, at least in this first half. So I will say this is a big game for both these teams, Dake. And so I expect them to really scrap it out to at least secure right now that second place spot, as I assume wildcard Hagrids right now kind of have a little bit of a firm holding on that first place spot. But anything can happen here in this situation.
100% Fly. I think the Ravens have a great chance and a great opportunity to take that first place spot from the Hagrids. But obviously both teams here are going to give it their all. I cannot ignore all the practice that the Ravens have been putting in. So I'm really expecting quite a bit from this team as they've really been putting in the work, they've been putting in the hours. So
I mean, yeah, it really should go to say, because as we mentioned earlier, Dake, they do have relatively a decent amount of newer players. But look, like the Triwizard, regardless that it is the lower division as far as the L7 divisions go, I mean, this is the Triwizard's no joke either. I mean, the wildcard Hagrids have a very stacked roster. They have Melanor, KD Tox, Shinobi, Gavgum, the Dom, owner himself and Professor Theo. The Hellfire Hogs have been around. They got players. They got people. They got a group of people that really love playing together and have been for quite a while. The Oakshaft Owls, as we have mentioned, have some players, have some people that were in the higher divisions with us in that Western division with us, Dake, when with Wingardians and Phoenix, with some of these players being previous Nexus, aka Kelpies players, and then the Order of Phoenix as some previous Dumbledorks players from the first two seasons, Cleet and and oh, there's one of the other ones. It's not Dynamite Cope, but it is the other previous chaser with Dumbledorks. But and the Phenos have also been putting in work. They are also a team like the Ravens, where they have some players that are new and really building them up, and they've done impressive work. So for the Knockturn Ravens to be in the position that they have been, all things considered, I mean,
It's
they
very
are
impressive.
putting in work.
Very, very impressive.
Yes.
Looks
But
like
we
they got matched
are
up against
here.
a Q6 team here.
Oh no,
Yeah,
not the
unfortunate.
Q6 team. Rishi, hey, get in your league and tell them we're trying to get a game in here.
Back to what you were saying
Ban
though,
the
Fly.
ball.
Obviously, yeah, the Hagrids have a lot of seasoned veterans on the team, but you can't ignore dedication, right? So with the Ravens being, as dedicated as I've seen them be, I expect really, really good competition from them up against those, seasoned veteran players that are in Triwizard. I think that they'll put up a good fight, 100%.
I can't agree more. It has already been a very competitive season for both our divisions, but I do feel like the Triwizard division has been much more scrappy, has had much more twists and turns. Obviously, the Wildcard Hagrids with their shenanigans. We have had the Nocturne Oinkus and Oinkus something go on. That was an event that has happened within the
Nocturnus Oinkus. I
Triwizard.
remember this. I remember this.
Yes, they had their own specialty games going on, which were an interesting feat. So the Triwizard is definitely out here doing their own thing. Definitely
Doing their
keeping
own
the
thing, trying
content
new
going,
stuff, keeping
keeping
it
it
fresh.
interesting.
Yeah, 100%.
So as we see here, they are all still going up. Now let me ask you, Dake, as one of the best chaser mains in the game of all time, here in the season 3 with the new rules around hero farming, how as a chaser has that felt? I'm sure to an extent there is a little bit of new strategy, but maybe funner, if you will, because I've noticed chasers now really timing when they can score, when a reserve is, if they accidentally give a keeper a reserve back, and the implications of that. How have you, from your standpoint, been either enjoying or unenjoying the new rule?
But you nailed it on the head. Okay, it makes chaser game 10 times more fun. All right, because it keeps the chaser game going and it keeps it flowing rather than one chaser holding the ball, stalling the game completely just to farm a hero cake. That got very repetitive over the course of season 2. So over the course of season 3, reserves being the legal type of farm rather than being able to throw it back to your keeper and farm it, I think it made a very positive improvement to the game and a very positive improvement to the chaser experience overall, in my opinion.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. It has, now that I finally got to play a chaser game today, since that is no longer the role that I've been accustomed to. It definitely is a new and refreshing experience on chaser, and really just the dynamics of the game in general. Watching and playing in all aspects has been really refreshing to watch. So shout out to Skipper and L7 for really being bold and taking on those. There's a lot of heated debates going into that. We did see that the Ravens ran into the other half of the Q6 lineup. So again, obviously we can't tell anyone what to do, but Q6ers, if you are watching this, please hold off for just a second so that we can get these two teams going. Not everyone in these teams are in A, some are staying up. So let's try to get their games going so that we can get our competition and get some of these players to bed as they need to. My bad, I wasn't paying attention. Jim, everyone blame Jim. Everyone in the chat, boo
Everybody
Jim.
blame Jim. Boo him right
Boo
now.
Jim.
He needs to be booed.
He needs to be booed. This man's a captain of a World Cup team. That's crazy. Whoever would have made him captain. I'm
Certainly
queuing
not
again.
me. Certainly not me.
Certainly not. Yes, boo this man. Starting up the queue. All right, well, right now we
Forbidden
see that
Forest. We'll
the
see if this
Ravens
is
are going in the Forbidden Forest.
Yeah, we'll see if this is the match that they need to get into. Hopefully.
Hopefully it is, and it is. We do
It
see both sides
is.
of the teams. We will have to see if this is a banned map. Forbidden Forest is a banned map to some, so, but it doesn't look like I see any bloody hells. Doesn't look like anyone's backing out. So, I think we are going to get it here. Game 1 retried of the Oakshaft Owls and Knockturn Ravens. Let's get it. The kickoff is in the air. The one-timers have popped off, and it will go into the hands of the Oakshaft Owls to start off with. Potology passes. Oh my God, Potology puts it on in, and already we have a reverse of what started off in game 1. It is 10-0 in favor of the Oakshaft Owls. 6 minutes, 40 minutes remain. Dick, I know you love to see a quick chase of work off that beginning. Nothing feels better than getting that kickoff and an immediate score.
Yeah, an absolutely strong start for the Owls. Great on Palatology to take advantage of that that kickoff they got there. Ravens taking the ball down the field now. FM at the red goals. Loose ball, unfortunately. Almost steals it back from Malakosis.
Absolutely. Malakos is able to just kind of hold on there. Dark Shadow Fox was half health. That is something to keep an eye on. DCAS already showing his skill set here as P Watt's looking for his opportunity to go. He dodges up and he just throws it a bit wide of the right hoop.
God.
Still picked up by his teammate Malakosis, who puts it on in. It is 10-10 with 5 minutes, 50 seconds remain. Secret game is close, although the snitch is going to the side where the hero kick is being held. Olympus Mew holding it and now kicks it out. Pumpkin unharmed of that so far. Now into the hands of the Owls.
What a one-time by FM. FM passed up to Sarah, and Sarah one-timed it, and that's a beautiful goal.
Shout out to my goat. It's Sarah. Sarah has been my chaser goat for 3 seasons now. She puts it on in for a 20-10 lead. 5 minutes remain.
P-Watt passed up to Hawkeye.
Yep.
Ooh,
Hawkeye's going to have his opportunity. Oh, it is now a 20-20 game with the snitch lead still being tight. 5 minutes remain. Now, I mean, Dake, in this situation as a chaser, what are you thinking? Are you still trying to put some goals in? Are you thinking maybe we start punching a beater or a seeker?
In this type of situation, it's 2020. The other team's up on snitch just a bit. You know, we ignore chaser here. Right here, everybody's going full seeker, just trying to get that lead on the snitch. If I were the Owls, I'd put just a bit more attention on the seeker here.
Well, right now, Luna will be holding that hero kick. She kicks it on out. She died for it, so there's a possibility she got a hit on the seeker. It looks like she did. DCAS takes out the beater. Pumpkin having a pretty decent lead right now. It's Sarah holding the quaffle. She looks for an opportunity and puts it in for a 20-point lead. That lead is a little important considering where Pumpkin now sits in this game. 4 minutes, 10 seconds, Stake.
They certainly have time to get one more before the snitch is caught if they just delay it a bit more.
And Luna may go down again, which she does. Dark Shadow Fox is of low health, and he goes down by DCOS. Malakos is holding on to the quaffle as Pumpkin catches for the plus 30. It's 50-40 with 3 minutes, 55 seconds. Dake, we're having a good one right here.
Oh, yeah, that's a great catch by Pumpkin, really equalizing things here. Ravens have the ball. They're taking it towards Owl's goal. Malakosis in the lead with the ball. Let's see what happens here.
I believe he's going to go for an option. He passes it right back to Malakosis and just doesn't get it past Olympus Mew. But Dark Shadow Fox already low HP again, Dake.
Yeah, Dark Shadow Fox seems to be having just a little bit of a tough time, but if he can stay alive here, the snitch is still very winnable.
Absolutely. Right now, P-Watt looking for his options. Olympus Mew just having almost all the answers. Excuse me, that was Hawkeye, I believe, that went for it. Olympus Mew having just all the answers so far for many attempts by these Ravens as the ball gets passed up to It's Sarah against Luna, and It's Sarah showing her
Man,
veteran status,
man,
puts
you
it
know,
in for that
Sarah,
50-50.
Sarah, you know, she beat the Phoenix's unbeaten record, and
That
you know, her
well, that
scoring
has
is really
happened.
showing here.
Yeah, she has just so much experience. As DCast takes down Dark Shadow Fox. That's his second elim of this game, third of the night, considering that he did have one early in that retry game, one that started. So right now, Pumpkin Statch having a very good lead on this snitch, which is good as long as the Ravens chasers can at least just put some pressure and help on defense. They have a really good shot here, but It's Sarah just getting stopped by Luna. Luna's figuring it out. There we go. That's what we like to see, Luna. As P-Watt takes the ball downfield, stolen, though. I mean, right now, Dake, it just looks like the Oakshaft Owls have turned it around here on Chaser. They're getting the ones really scrappy and just holding on to that quaffle.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, you know, if I were the Owls here, you know, they can score a couple and they'd still be fine, but they really need to get some punches in on the seeker here. They really got to focus Pumpkin here just a little bit
Ooh,
if they
and
want a chance to
Hawkeye
win
with
this
the
snitch.
reverse.
Yeah, very nice reverse shot by Hawkeye.
Yes, you make a very good point. Pumpkin is still having a decent lead on that. Dark Shadow going to have to find his way to bump back into this race. And right now, with the Ravens having a 10-point lead, you can give up 2 more scores, at least for an OT situation, and then bring that chaser game back. But it is kind of tough with a minute 15 remaining with
Dark
how
Shadow
close
Fox
Pumpkin already
honestly
is.
making a decent comeback. You know, that bar is getting closer and closer. If he can just get a couple more bumps in that bar will be pretty much even.
Fabricio Mary gets one in there to make it 60-60. That will give Luna a hero kick. She is coming all the way out for it, it seems like. She gets a kick. Dark Shadow Fox is 1 HP. All the chasers of the Ravens have their eyes on that Seeker. It is going to be a hunt for Dark Shadow now.
Pumpkin is low.
They
This is a prime opportunity for them to get a kill on Pumpkin here and take the lead on Snitch.
She is at least a beater tackle away from being taken down, which would be a huge switch up. She is starting to regen, though. Dark Shadow,
Only
half
30 seconds left,
HP.
Fly. This is also where you have to decide whether you score or whether you go for that full snitch and you just try to delay the snitch or not.
Yeah, right now, if you're Malacosis, you're right now the one holding the quaffle. It might be best to just hold until Pumpkin catches, which she does for the 30. Pumpkin catches both Snitch to make this a 90-60 game with 20 seconds left. And that will, regardless of any more scores, that will be it for game 1. Ravens taking it. That was a real scrap. That was a good scrappy back and forth game. I will say
That was
both
a great scrap.
chasers.
I'd say
Chasers.
both chaser games were very equal there. You know, it was 60-60 at the end of it. It came down to the snitch. I'd say both teams put up a hell of a fight there. What would you say, Fly?
I mean, absolutely. We did see the Oakshaft Owls start off real hot, though. I mean, they score after score. We saw It's Sarah looking like her prime. We love to see that. Luna was starting to get some stops there later, kind of figuring out her movement. And then we saw the chaser lineup of the Ravens midway through the game get that groove. We saw Malacosis get some scores in, which was good to see. Hawkeye got a beautiful reverse shot in, which we love to see. So definitely it's scrappy. And that's what I like to see. I like to see that Quaffle have a real hard time making it to both keepers. We did not see a whole lot of shot attempts, but when we did, we saw them count. So real exciting there. Pumpkin, though, really, really going hard. Both Seeker races were well within her favor. DCast 94 got some kills, though, Dake. Got some kills. That was a huge
DCAS,
difference maker in this situation.
trust me, I've gone up against DCAS more than a few times in 3v3 and in 6v6, and every single time DCAS, he doesn't fail to deliver. You know, he's very good with his bludgers, he's very good with his tackles when he needs to be. And overall, I think he's a very great Tri-Wizard beater, and I think he's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely. On the other hand of the Oakshaft Owls, though, now they have options. Olympus Mew was playing extremely well on that keeper side of things. They can either let Dark Shadow go go for another run, or they do have options that we have seen go out before. We have seen Olympus Mew on that seeker role if they have a possibility of having a switch up there on the seeker or keeper, or maybe a situation where we see Chemical make a return into the game,
Yeah,
as
it
we know his beater
looks like
prowess has
that's what
been
we're
very good.
seeing now. Chemical is switching in for the Owls for beater.
That will be definitely a switch up. Chemical is very experienced in this game. We have seen him have some extremely clutch moments once the beater for our goat Jova. So Pumpkin will definitely have a lot to deal with, and I still see Chemical take down some of the most top of the top seekers, Dake. So it
Yeah,
will be a difference maker as we get into this game too. So I
yeah,
expect to see a
fly.
lot more deaths, but I do still like the Ravens here, Dake. But what do you think?
I definitely think bringing Chemical onto the Owls gives them a bit more of an edge on Seeker game, 100%. Um, I think Chemical has the prowess to take, a Seeker like Pumpkin down. But at the same time, you know, both Chaser cores are going to have to perform. We'll see how the Chaser cores go. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I think the Ravens are a bit more in favor here, but we'll just really have to see.
Indeed, listen, one snitch goes in the Oakshaft Owls' ways that if they keep that chaser game up the way that they did, this could get real dicey and go to a game three. So we'll see how this goes. It's always we have seen major flips from game ones to game twos.
Oh yeah,
It
yep. I'm
is it
expecting
is
anything here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It is extremely hard. We see Time Twister in the chat though saying hydrate, everyone. Make sure you hydrate. That is good. Stretch your legs, if so, as we wait for these two teams to
Everybody drink your water.
get in.
Everybody get your stretches in.
Indeed. Maybe do some 10 squats. Won't hurt you. Gamble some shards. Don't gamble your real
Yeah,
money. That would
don't
hurt
forget to
you.
do that. Do not forget to do that.
We see Luna in the chat. Luna is my goat. I'm not even gonna lie.
Luna is everybody's goat at this moment in time. She's a crazy Q6 keeper, honestly.
Hydrate on code red. The Raven. The Raven. You can tell right now the Raven. This is a good sign though. The Ravens in here in the chat having a good time, which means
Oh
in
yeah.
the VC date they're having a good time. And I don't know about you, Dick. I don't know if you ever have like pre-game nervousness to certain matchups. But once you feel really good after that game one, the way that you flow, the way that you play, it's just always different.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I specifically suffer from pre-game nervousness. Like before the first game starts, I'm always super nervous. But after we win that first game, or after we have a good performance that first game, all that nervousness just kind of disappears, and then you're just chilling with your friends and playing Quidditch, and that's the best part about it.
Absolutely. I have to agree. I'm pretty much the same way as we go into this game two, which looks like it will be on Durham Strang Overcast, a map that seekers love. I think a lot of people really like this map. It is
This is my
a
favorite map, Fly. This is my favorite map. It just runs so smooth.
it does, and everything is just a full clarity. And as the kickoff goes, P-Watt goes for a situation there to grab it. He doesn't quite get it.
FM misses the tackle on Hawkeye. Hawkeye's movement has really improved recently, I won't lie. Saved by Olympus Mew, though. What a great save. Kicked back out to Sarah. Sarah currently has the ball. Pass back up to FM. FM approaching the goals.
Oh, it looks like
Oh,
FM
stolen.
crashed.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. Right now, though, the side of they're not bloody helling, although Robbo just got into the game. So I do think that is,
Still misses. Yeah, there's the first bloody hell. Yeah, there's the
yeah,
bloody hells.
we see the bloody hells right there. That is unfortunate, man. That has not been a bug that has been an issue for a while, though. I will say it has kind of showed up, and I gotta personally say, Thin Ice felt it in full force the
I
other
heard.
day.
Yeah, I
Uh,
heard that, Denji crashed during one of the snitches. Was it snitch 2 of game 2?
Snitch 2 of game 2, as soon as Dingy got
Yeah.
the indicator, his game did crash, which was a very
Oh,
unfortunate thing. Although that's not to take away anything from Wholesome Comms. Wholesome Comms played a great series. So we don't look at that one unfortunate moment to say that
mhm.
it should have been over. We agreed to play the game 3 as we did, and Wholesome Comms won as they did. So shout out to them and that squad. Always a tough one
No,
to
I
fight,
I
but
watched I watched those games. Those were great games from both teams. Obviously, you guys triumphed over that first match, 90-20, I think, and then the second match it was reversed, and then the third match
uh
you guys came to overtime.
yeah, they did win it 80-30. It was a 30-50 when Dingy got the indicator, which would have made it a 60-50. But who knows what could have happened? As we saw, Shoney made a incredible bounce one-timer shot to end game 3. So he could have
Yeah. What an incredible
another
shot.
amazing shot could have made it to OT, and who knows what could have happened. So we don't look at that one moment and put it on that. But it has just been an unfortunate thing happening in these Quidditch games. You know, it kind of been rising again, these crashes. So that's
Yeah,
extremely unfortunate.
crashes and these things, unfortunately, as a Quidditch lover, you just have to put up with it. And
Oh yeah,
what happens happens, but at the end of the day, both teams play, a great game.
yeah, absolutely. But no one feels the pain more than Jagard.
Oh,
Shout out to
nobody.
Jagard. He has
Nobody.
had so many through all 3 seasons.
Oh,
Always a moment where his hero moment was there, and the game takes it away from him.
Fly, I do have to say there was a game this season where Azkabaners went up against Dumbledores, and he did get launched for what would have been one of the winning catches. Oh, and I feel so bad for him.
That is true. And I remember when Guardians versus Nox in uh Newts,
Yeah.
Jagard got launched on his first snitch and Neo caught, and then Neo got launched on his second snitch and Jagar caught. So
Hmm.
um,
Just a
it
shame what this game loves to do to you in the most high stakes scenarios.
absolutely, absolutely. It is the desyncs are rated E for everybody.
For everyone, yes.
So, but we see here they are finding servers right now. Both teams they're going into Weasley's
Oh,
Sunrise.
sunrise. It's a good map, honestly, Fly.
It is. It is. I'm not a big fan of Weasley's although Thin Ice has convinced me that Weasley Snow is home field. So I've had to become one with Weasley's in to some degree. But as far as performance wise with the game, clarity of players and Snitch, Weasley's Sunrise is a very good map. As we go here on the countdown, and they are off with the kickoff, and Sarah comes out up front with the quaffle. She throws it out right now. It hits the ground. Looking to see who can pick it up now still in the hands of the Ravens as Fabricio Mary puts
Rishi
in the
Marie.
first 10 points. Six
Great score by
minutes,
him.
40 seconds. Absolutely. I'm telling you, Dake, FM is an underrated chaser, especially in the Triwizard division. He can do a whole lot of damage. As we see the ball get pushed up to P Watt, he's going to have his opportunity against Olympus,
He
and he
gets
throws it for the right hoop.
stopped by Luna.
Stop
Oh,
by
never
Olympus
mind. I'm
Mew.
sorry. Sorry. Olympus Mew.
All good. FM takes his shot and just went a little wide. Luna able with the stop. She kicks it on out. Will get picked up by P Watt there. Malakosis as an option to pass to
Piwa
if
with
he can
possession of the
find his
ball
way to
again.
it.
Finding a little bit of pressure on him. Pass up to Malakosis. Great pass.
Malakosis
Stopped by
still with the
Olympus Mew
quaffle.
again.
Oh, kicked out into the hands of FM, but stolen immediately by
Wow.
P Watts.
Yeah, great steal by Piwa.
But it just seems like Dake Olympus Mew has P Watt's number. P Watt has
Oh,
had
yeah.
multiple attempts, just hasn't quite gotten it. Pathology picking up the loose quaffle that Malakosis pushed out. Right now, it looks like we have a little bit of a difference in the seeker bar. It looks like the Oakshaft Owls Seeker game is going slightly better this time than last time, though it looks like Pumpkin does still have a lead, just not as strong as one, as Sarah takes advantage of Luna coming out to kick FM
Yep.
and makes a 20-0 lead, 5 minutes,
I'm
Dake.
telling you, Sarah, when she's at the goals, she's a demon. She's a demon at the goals.
Sarah just knows how to get like dagger scores. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
she may not score a lot, but when she does, it's just always that score that you're like, oh my. But right now, the ball in the hands of Malakosis, he's going to look to try to get 10 points up, and he
Hey,
does.
he gets around Olympus Mew. What a great shot.
We love it. And Pumpkin having a very noticeable lead on this snitch as the Seekers are leaving this hero kick area. Pumpkin able to avoid the damage.
Still just a bump away. This is a one bump snitch fly.
This is a one bump snitch right now, and I don't have eyes on Dark Shadow, so I don't. Oh, actually, I do. He is full health. Pumpkin at half health. Dark Shadow, though, just gets tapped, but Chemical takes down Pumpkin
Dark Shadow
Snatch,
bludgered.
though. As Dark Shadow did take the hit, this is a huge turnaround for the Owls. They already have the lead as far as the overall points go. If they catch the snitch right here, they will have a 50-10 lead. Sarah going to try to put in another one before it, though. And Luna with the stop. That is a big stop in a moment like this.
Yeah.
Right now, Dark Shadow half health. He is doing his best to try to survive. Pumpkin looking to find her way back into this race. It is a surprise that Dark Shadow hasn't caught yet, but now he has for the 50-10 lead, 3 minutes, 33 seconds. Dake, that was a huge kill by Chemical.
Yeah, with all that pressure on Dark Shadow Fox, I'm super impressed that he was able to catch that. Obviously, Chemical coming in clutch with the kill on Pumpkin Snatch there. That's a great kill. Really changing the tides of this game and this series as a whole.
Absolutely. As we saw Olympus Mew get a big stop there. Pathology threw the ball out. Got loose
Dark
for a
Shadow
little bit,
Fox
but
low.
FM. Dark Shadow Fox is low, but still very early in the secret race. DCAS got another elimination on him, so that is a good call out there, Dake. As we see FM stopping the scoring attempt, although it looked like Malakosis takes it right back. He lines up his shot. Olympus Mew, though, just having quite the game as a keeper. We love to see it.
Yeah, Olympus Mew really pulling through here with these clutch saves. He's keeping the game at bay here. Ball passed up to Podology. Podology gets the score on Luna. That's a great shot.
It is 60-10 with 2 minutes, 30 seconds remains. The Ravens Chaser Corps is going to have to find a way to get more into this. FM not allowing them the opportunity, though, right now, as he passes it off to Sarah.
Fabricio with another steal. Wow, look at his steals this game.
Luna able to read how they were attempting that one timer. Sarah and FM just got a little scrunched up there. Now Malakosis with the quaffle. This is good. Malakosis has been having the most success here as he finds his way to the top hoop. And don't look now, Dave. Pumpkin's got a nice lead, and one more chaser goal on the side of the Ravens, and it gets a little interesting.
Then this game is even, Fly. It's certainly any man's game at this point. As long as they can get one more in and maintain that 30-60 score, then this is any man's game.
What a stop by the Ravens right now as they're looking to get the ball quaffle upfield. They really need this other chaser score and do so while helping their keeper. We saw P-Watt fly past or Malakosis, and Malakosis puts it in. It's 60-30 with a Pumpkin Snatch lead at the current moment. There's a minute and 10 seconds remains. DCAS takes down Chemical, and the momentum is rolling on the side of the Ravens. Olympus Mew kicks it on out.
If you're in the Owls position here, you really need some seeker focus. You need to put some attention on that seeker and make sure he's punched, he's stunned, but at the same time, you also got to make sure the other team isn't scoring a goal. So they're in a really, really tight position right now, but let's see if they can pull it off.
Luna right now got dodged by FM. That is a big score on the side of the Owls as Pumpkin just gets her catch. It is a 10-point game with 41 seconds left. This is still the possibility of anyone.
I think the Ravens can pull this off.
Oh, they definitely can. Hawkeye right now Chemical getting the punch, but
Oh, it's
still the
fumbled.
Ravens find a way to get it into the air. Hawkeye's going to
Hawkeye
pass
has
it
it.
on up.
He's gonna pass it up.
He is Malacosis with the quaffle in his hands. P-Watt with the quaffle, but Olympus Mew with the big stop with 10
Oh,
seconds
wow.
remaining. This is going to be difficult, though. Malacosis, Hawkeye has the ball in his hands. He has an opportunity. He puts it in with 3 seconds remaining.
Oh
It's
my
70-70.
God. Oh,
It's 70-70. We're going to sudden death.
Hawkeye has been putting in that work, and it has paid off, Fly. It has paid off.
He has had multiple beautiful shots into this moment, and it paid off right there. But right now, the ball in the hands of Sarah. She goes up against Luna, and Luna with the stop. She said, not just yet. She passes up to Malacosis. FM still turning that quaffle around, still putting in so much work. And Luna with another big stop here in this overtime. And right now, it looks like Dark Shadow's winning. Actually, Pumpkin might be winning that secret race. And the ball back into the hands of FM. The Ravens need to find a way to not keep the ball going there. Sarah with the quaffle. Luna with the third big stop.
Oh my
Luna
God,
is
Luna's
having
on
to stop
fire.
all these attempts here in OT.
Malacosis seems to. Oh, the ball's loose.
Otology's going to
Malacosis
get the
has it
pick up.
again.
He's going to pass it up. It's going to go to FM. He's got an option on his left, which he's passed to, which is Sarah. And now FM on the right, but it gets stolen away by Hawkeye, but stolen right back, I believe. Oh, nope. My apologies. It is still in the hands of Hawkeye. He's making his way upfield,
up there.
but kicked out. Sarah goes down by Decast. That's a huge opportunity right there. Dark Shadow's getting real close to that snitch catch. The Ravens really need to take advantage of this opportunity as FM whiffs a tackle on Hawkeye. The pass was up to Malacosis, was a little bit of a whip. Olympus Mew's going to kick it on out. Dark Shadow here getting real close to that catch. Pumpkin's going to have to find a way. Pumpkin gets a bump. Pumpkin gets bumped back. Sarah with the quaffle. Pumpkin snatch goes down by Chemical. And the one-timer by FM from downtown to make it an 80-70 win. 1 minute 54 seconds into overtime. And Dake, we're going to a game 3.
What a match from the Owls. I mean, the fact that their chaser game was able to hold off the Ravens chaser game for that long, and Luna with the clutch saves. Come on. I mean, that's quality Quidditch right there. That was a great game.
Luna had 3 huge stops back to back to back as FM and Sarah were just terrorizing the Ravens chaser core and just not letting up with the steals. And that ball was not leaving that half court. But still, Luna, I know that's a tough one to swallow there at the end, but she had so many stops there in that OT to make it interesting. And Malacosis Hawkeye, they had chances to try to get the ball upfield, but they just had so much ground to cover with that defense of the Owls. It just, honestly, they never had a true opportunity.
What a great defensive performance from the Owls, not really letting them leave their side of the field, taking advantage of that, and ultimately, scoring on Luna after 3-4 attempts. So, it did the job, won them the game. So, great job on the Owls.
Absolutely, but we're going here into a game 3. We saw Chemical get another kill on Pumpkin Snatch there before that OT catch. It was a very real possibility that Pumpkin came out with that catch, and we would have been out of there with a 2-0 victory on the Ravens. And we talked about it a bit before, Dake, and you even called it out. Putting Chemical in there does make a huge difference into the flow of how the Owls are playing.
Exactly. Yeah, it gives him just a little bit more leeway because Chemical is, a very experienced beater. He's got the time under his belt, and so he really knows how to play the role. And against Secret Lake Pumpkin Snatch, he's equipped for the job.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We can see in the chat too the hypeness. This is quite the matchup, is it not, chat? We are here for all the twists and turns. This is a nitty-gritty battle. These chasers are just not letting up of each other. They are not having any free space. And these seekers, at least in game 2, are really just hitting it back and forth. We've seen the beaters have multiple seeker kills in these series. I mean, it is just, this is how nitty gritty it can get. Smash ball Quidditch. This
Quidditch
is
is
what we love to
supposed to be
see.
played, man. Just these close games,
Absolutely.
these close, tight quarters games that we see that both these teams are delivering. It's awesome. It's great Quidditch.
Absolutely, absolutely. I will have to say though, there's going to have to be some adjustments here on the Ravens. Look, this is one of those moments, Dake, and I know you know this is one of the most dynamic scorers in this game. But even you know, and I know because I have games where I score a lot, and then there's just some games where I'm just not hitting it, you know. And we all have that. This is one of those games where you may say, hey, Pwa, maybe you're doing really good there. You do good on Chaser, but Olympus Mew has something, right? And Hawkeye Malacosis, they're not getting as many chances, but when they do get
But
up
they're putting
there,
the goals in.
they're
Yeah,
getting those goals in. And so I think on the Ravens side, you really don't need that much adjustment. You just need to say, hey, Pwat, it's nothing personal. You know, right now, just it's working in the hands of Malacosis and Hawkeye. So let's try to get them
definitely.
upfield some. Let Pwat play really good defense, which he can. We have seen Pwat
Yeah,
get some really good passes, get some really good positioning in that midfield, in that backfield area. So just go out there and do that. Set your team up for success. And
yeah.
honestly, with just that adjustment, I do think we see a little bit of we would see a momentum shift on the side of the Ravens.
100%. Yeah, P-Watt can pass, P-Watt can tackle, and he can score, but it would seem like Malacosis and Hawkeye are doing, the job on the scoring. So it'd be wise for P-Watt to sit back just a little bit, sit midfield, and pass the ball up to Hawkeye and Malacosis and let them get the job done.
Absolutely. On the other side, though, I mean, it's just dangerous. Whether it's FM, whether it's Sarah, whether it's Potology, I mean, all of them seem like they have a bag to score with right now. And Luna figuring it out at the most clutch moments at the end of last game, unfortunately, just had so many stops to stop, shots to stop. You're not going to get them all, but
Mhm.
got to figure it out here as we go into game 3. The kickoffs are off in the hands of the Knockturn Ravens. Hawkeye brings the quaffle upfield, and he goes for a long shot from Malacosis off a one-timer pass, and
Yeah,
Malacosis
it
puts
goes
it in.
in.
10-0, 6 minutes 35, and already we're seeing Malacosis when he's up there. DCAS already taken out
Reduce
Dark Shadow
speed.
Fox.
Wow, what an early elimination.
FM had a lock option, got dodged out of. Sarah, I believe, has the ball in her hands right now. And the quaffle got kicked out by Luna, I think. She came far out for that kick. And the bloody hells come out.
No.
This
No.
is not what we like to see. Another hot start by the Ravens being taken away by some bloody hells.
I do believe this will be their last restart. Yeah, it's up to 3 restarts, right?
Well, there were the Q6 restarts, which I don't believe counts towards them. But yeah, there was a restart in game 1, and now a restart here in game 2, if I'm correct. So I believe that's 2 of the 3, if unless I'm forgetting forgetting one, Dake.
You're probably right, Fly. Aside from the Q6 games, yeah, this would be their second restart. So they would have one more under their belt if they wanted to.
Absolutely. So we'll wait here to get them all back. Chat, once again, remember to gamble those shards. Hey, can we get some W Dakes in the chat? This is Dake's very first time commentating. And I got to tell you, chat, I'm having a blast with him. I think he's doing a great job.
It's a great time, Fly. It's a pleasure to be here.
Such a great mind, one of the best players in this game. Be sure to watch the Ask a Bangers next game because that will have those dirty thin ice players. We don't like them.
Those
Gotta
dirty
root
thin
for the
ice
Ask a
guys,
Bangers.
dude. We're gonna get
Those
rid of
dirty
them.
thin ice guys.
We're
Yeah,
gonna get rid of them.
get them out of here. W Dake, great mic quality. Yeah, Dake's voice is kind of hot. Not gonna lie. Is the entirety of Thin Ice just in the commentators booth? I have done that before. It was a good time. Lena just mostly
Fly,
talked about smut, but
give me just 2 seconds. I'm just gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
take your time, man. I'll go ahead and talk with the chat. Play guitar for us, Dake. I'll make sure he posts a video. If you haven't seen Dake play guitar, he's feeling good. I saw Skipper come in here. He gave a prime sub to the L7. Shout out to our president, Skipper. I hope you're doing well. Melanor saying making the bold claim FM the MVP of the season. I've been saying FM is a very underrated chaser. When you have him paired with another chaser like Sarah, who I've always felt like was the most underrated chaser of all time in this Quidditch community. A lot of dangerous mix-ups can happen there with them. And you always knew the Nifflers were the best in the kingdom. I don't know. The Squires seem to have a good time there, Rishi. Out of 5 knockout teams, got to tell you, only one of them made it to anywhere. That's because my goats, Groovy, Dementor, and Lena carried hard, you know? I'm following from hours ago. Listen, I can read back from the chat because I care, Melanor. I care about the things y'all speak of, so I make sure to go back and find them. Sweeping top chaser in the Triwiz incoming. Welcome back, Dake. FM in the hoops is a match made in heaven. Let's be honest. FM does seem to be Fabricio married to the hoops right now, getting that score. He's got it. Was that lame? Yes. Do I care? No. You want me to say more lame things, chat? I'll do it. Don't care.
You know, Fly, one thing I noticed about Fabri is that he's really good at those last second dodges. You know, he saves his dodges until the last second and just puts himself right in one of the goals and shoves it in. And that is a chaser can be a really good quality when you know how to do quick dodges like that right to the goal like he does.
Listen, dodges are such an interesting dynamic of scoring because on one hand, you're really forcing a keeper to make a commitment somewhere. On the other hand, you slow down yourself quite a little bit, Dake, and really good, some of the top-notch keepers, we talk about like Scourge or Yukio or Kompu or Count Tails, like they're very good at following that, once they've seen many of the chaser movements. But these chasers that really kind of understand just that timing to get that last millisecond when they can get a dodge and not have that autograph get them, man, that's so difficult to deal with. It doesn't matter which keeper you are. And FM definitely having a good understanding of when that feeling is. That's got to be tough for Luna because as we see when we see Sarah take shots, she kind of takes wider angles, Dake. And so you have this situation if you're Luna, you've got to deal with someone that's taking wide, dragging you out side to side, and then someone who's really drawing you in the middle and making you guess which of the 3 hoops they're going to end up at. So
seems like we also have a disconnect here. Maybe I think that might have been what I saw. Oh yeah,
I don't know if it was a
and
disc.
DCAS on
Well,
on
I
the
think
team.
it's World Cup day. So I think that they were I think it's just a band map and they had decided to just go get out. So
yeah.
The chat is asking if I or if we, Dake, are going to say that we are charming the snitch. That is not my punchline. That is the punchline of the great Neo. Shout out to Neo. I don't want to take his swag. I'm not a swagger jacker, so we let Neo have his thing. That's his trademark. You know what I mean? That's his cringe thing to go out for. I have my own cringe
that's
things.
his fucking cringe shit to go off.
Hey, it's all love, Neo. It's all love.
It is all love, Neo. We love you. We love you.
But it's fine if he's locked in right now. He's definitely muted. Didn't hear anything we just said. So
yeah, no, he's definitely 100% deafened right now. He's locking in, so we're good.
We're good. All love to Neo. Shout out to Neo. You've been on 2 teams now with him. I've been on a team with Neo for a season. Real pleasure to have. We got a lot of love for that guy. He's honestly he's one of the he's been really holding up on the commentation. So all love. Come on, game 3. I have chores to do. Listen, Melanor. Listen. Tell them the league administrator right now, Owls and Ravens. She got chores to do. Get the show on the road. Let's go.
She's gotta fold the laundry. She's gotta do whatever she's gotta do. Come on, guys.
Bring the laundry basket to the PC Mel. Bring the whole kitchen sink in front of your PC and do the dishes. The game works perfectly 100% of the time. You know what, Mitchie? 10% of the time, the game is working 100% of the time, and that's what matters.
I think that really is like, the big catch. That is what matters right there.
Ruby asked, Fly, what have I told you about saying swag? Listen, binge? Nah, I got all the swag, Ruby.
He can say
Don't be
swag all he
hating.
wants, bro. He's an American. Okay. He has the
Yeah,
freedom of speech.
I do have that freedom of speech. We took that, we got that after leaving
That's what
y'all.
we got when we
So,
won the war. So yeah.
yeah, we got swag when we won the war. You can't bench me. We benched your entire country. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Shout out to Groovy. That's my homie right there. Oh
Looks like they are
man.
finding game and finding server, so we will be going into match 3. Hopefully, if it's not a banned map. Oh,
It is
Durmstrang
Durmstrang,
might
which
be a banned map. It might be. We'll see how they react.
and
No banned
no
maps.
banned maps. We were being told that there is no banned maps. So as long as everyone loads in, we should be playing game 3 in Durmstrang. This will be a treat. We don't get to see Durmstrang too much these days.
Not very often.
You
This is
know,
a banned map for most teams, just simply because of the FPS drops.
yep. So every slideshow that we see here, we'll get to count how many snow particles are in as the kickoff goes and into the hands of the Ravens. Game 3 starts off as P-Watt, I believe it is, sends it up to Malakosis. Malakosis went for a one-timer on the top hoop. Olympus Muse stops, kicks it out to FM. FM looks like he has a pretty free field. Going down, not a whole lot of pressure. A 1v1 with Luna. He goes for the dodge, goes for the top hooping, puts it in. 10-0 for the Oakshaft Owls. 6 minutes, 30 seconds remains. FM is just on a roll.
I'm telling you, he's using those, those really last second dodges on Luna. It's really effective against her.
He did a last second dodge and then a last second adjustment. Looked like he was going for that left hoop. Sent it up to the right when Malakosis takes a dodge himself and puts it in. Did the same exact shot. He said, anything you can do, I'll do better.
We can see here P-Watt is consciously staying back with 2 chasers in front of him. This is good chaser play from the Ravens here.
Absolutely. Like I said, those small adjustments, and already it is a 10-10 game. Right now, the hands of Pathologies hold the Quaffle, but Quaffle is loose. Looks like he went for a pass option, didn't quite get it. Malakosis, he's got options. He's going upwards. He takes a left dodge, and looks like Olympus Muse was able to kick it on out into the hands
really
of
is
the
on fire
Owls.
here. These past couple games, Olympus has, he's been blocking a lot. So
Dark Shadow Fox goes down as Sarah puts in a score. 20-10, 5 minutes, 20 seconds remains, but that is a huge hit. DCAS getting another elimination. I mean, we're talking about these chaser games, and I know we've just kind of mentioned it here and there, but DCAS just constantly, even on all the reset games, he is constantly taking down Dark Shadow Fox. He is having a game of a lifetime right now.
Yeah, DCAS is really doing his job right now. He's taking down the Seeker. He's making sure his Seeker has that lead. And yeah, he's doing a great job. No complaints there on my end, Fly.
Look, it takes a lot of pressure off the chaser game if you can really make shots like that. Luna getting a stop there after what looks like a missed attempt from the distance, but Pathology able to get it right back. Didn't quite have the angle, picked up by a Raven chaser as they put it on. Pumpkin's got quite a substantial lead. FM with another steal. And right now, if you are the Owls, you're looking for as many scores as you can because this first snitch race is looking not in your favor. But Hawkeye says no. And that's all the Ravens really need to do at this point is try to control. Listen, you can get a 20-point lead here with a catch. And listen, all you need is to be up by 10 when the timer goes down. FM passes to Pathology, and he's going to look for his options here. Oh. He ducks, dives down, and he just missed the dake off the top.
Yeah, no, it's great movement by Pathology there. That's a really hard chaser to tackle. And seeing P-Watt there, trying his hardest to tackle him, it's understandable why he missed because P-Watt has, it's just great movement.
Pumpkin full health right now on her side of the field. DCAS took out Chemical, and she's going to get that catch to make it 40-20 with 3 minutes, 30 seconds remains. And this is all going to come down.
This
it is.
They can easily score 2 points here and catch the next snitch.
Absolutely. This chaser, with how much the Ravens have been going in, but it looks like the Owls going in on Chaser. They are, but the Ravens got real scrappy right there, punching one-timers out of the way. Chemical punching the Quaffle downfield, able to still get picked up by an Oakshaft Owl member. They have 2 chasers up the field. Options. It's going to go to FM. Luna went out to kick one chaser, got over to steal the ball. Good stop there by Luna. Malikos is going to take the ball downfield. He's got a bludgeon to dodge by Chemical. He passes it off. All the chasers of the Owls, though, really making this tough. There was a one-timer option. It worked out. Malikos still was able to pick up the ball, but not quite hold on to it, as FM is going to take it out of there. And it's just looking real scrappy here, Dake.
It is looking real scrappy. It's a battle for the Quaffle right now, but honestly, if the Owls can get, just one more and then focus on the Seeker, I think that they can take this game.
But what if you're on the Ravens here? I mean, right now, if you're on the Ravens, possession is everything. If they don't have the ball in their hands, they can't do much. And with how DCAS is operating, if you can have one chaser you think can really hold on to that Quaffle, doesn't mean they can't attempt scores, but dance around with it a little bit. You put some others on the beater game where Hawkeye now puts one in for snitch insurance with 2 minutes remaining. Right now,
if you're on the Owls, you're in a really tough position here because snitch is close. Quaffle's also close. If you can score one more, that's good. But, you want to really try to be securing the snitch here and make sure that your Seeker has that lead.
absolutely. Dark Shadow was a little bit low health there. Just regen, though. Pumpkin looking like they have a pretty decent lead on it. If you're the Ravens, you just got to say, look, they've got to score 50 on us right now, or 60 on us right now to matter. So why don't we just make that 70? Wow. Yeah, okay. At this point, you just go all in on the Seeker game, especially now that you have a 40-point lead. That's more than insurance. And the Ravens, really, that momentum is going their way as FM's going to look to try to find a way to change that. But no, P-Watt said it's still our Quaffle. He's going to have his shot at
game. All they got to do is score one more. They can do this.
He goes for his shot attempt, doesn't quite get it. Pumpkin closing in on that snitch race. I would look for the Owls. We don't see a lot of Owls here working on this chaser game, which means they're probably helping Pumpkin secure that snitch because that's really going to matter, especially Luna going up against Sarah. And Luna got the stop. And now P-Watt with the Quaffle in his hands.
I'm telling you, Luna, upcoming keeper. Like, she is so good, naturally.
DCAS with a punch on Dark Shadow, and I wouldn't even say upcoming at this point. I think Luna is bona fide, proven. She is there. She's holding on to the Quaffle. 15 seconds remains, and Pumpkin Snatch closes it out and gives the Ravens a Game 3 victory. 90-20, 14 seconds remains. Even if there is another score, it won't matter. The Ravens have pulled it out against the Oakshaft Owls and their dominant offensive performance, as FM puts in another one there, at least for some point differential help.
Fly, I could have seen this coming just because of the sheer amount of practice that the Ravens have been putting into their teamwork.
Absolutely. I mean, you take a overtime loss like you just did, and then this is your response. I mean, they came in calm, collected, and they started putting up scores quickly. Listen, you and I called it out earlier, Dake. Just hold P-Watt back, and he did. And that small adjustment made a huge difference in all of that. I mean, really shout out to the Ravens there.
Yeah, 100%. P-Watt did a phenomenal job as a defensive and a defensive chaser, and almost acting as a second beater. He did a really good job, and just let the other two score. That was the plan. That's what they did, and it worked. So, good on them.
Absolutely. What a series. Shout out to both the Oakshaft Owls and the Knockturn Ravens for giving us such an entertaining series to close out this night. There's so much we could praise and talk about here, Dake. I mean, DCAS 94, the kills. I mean, just all over the field. He was not letting up.
The sheer beater performance of DCAS, the sheer keeper performance of Luna, there were multiple good. There were a lot of good performances tonight, and happy I was able
Olympus
to come.
Mew had a great keeper performance as well. And FM and Sarah, that tandem was really popping off. I mean, the Oakshaft Owls played incredible all throughout. So, I mean, so much praise to go around. But that will be it for us tonight, chat. Thank you all again for coming by and enjoying this incredible night of Quidditch with us. Yuki with 20 gifted subs. W Yuki's in the chat. Once again, huge thank you to my co-commentator, Dake. Dake, thank you so much for coming and sharing your knowledge. And you did an incredible job, Dake. I'd be more than honored to have you up here again with me.
Hey, thanks again, Fly. I appreciate you letting me be here, man. It was an honor.
Absolutely, absolutely. So W Dakes in the chat, W Yuki's, W Riley for producing, W Mel for administering L7, W Skipper season 3 president. But that's going to be all from us in L7 here tonight. So thank you guys. Y'all have an incredible night, and we'll see you all on the next one. Flyers signing out. Good night.